Good afternoon, my lovers. I'm back out with the super coil doing some more tests. Unfortunately, it's turning into a bit of a disaster. Now, I put these straps on there to try and hold the coil together, but now the grass is wet because it's winter time. Winter. These joints are getting wet and they're popping out a bit more regularly. In fact, they're popping out every few yards, so the straps aren't working. So I'm going to have to come up with a way of fixing these joints together so they don't come out at all. Now, obviously can't use any metal, but I'm thinking maybe some kind of, I don't know if you can get plastic Jubilee clips. If we could get some plastic Jubilee clips and a plastic Jubilee clip on there and something that would go between, maybe 2 plastic Jubilee clips, right? And then something that grips that, and then do them up, and hopefully that might hold them together, because as soon as these joints come out, the detector stops working. I think it's perfectly calibrated to it to be a perfect square, and as soon as it comes out, every few yards, literally, there's another one, look, every few yards these pop out, and it starts a low tone that gets louder and louder and louder, and it's just impossible to use. So it's becoming a bit of a nightmare, this machine. But you know, I'll get the hang of it in a couple of years. So if anyone wants to make a comment saying, oh, you've wasted your money, don't bother, because you won't be watching my videos for any longer, right? Period. That's all twisted. You know, even my wheels are all gone pear-shaped. Yes. So yes, I'm going to have a better way of fixing these corners together. You'd have thought the manufacturer would have done it, but there we go. Perhaps they didn't think of that. You know, maybe a joint that would have gone all the way around, and because these could have been used for holding the thing properly together. Something that would have gone all the way around, and like a clip that you could have screwed in place. Maybe if it had a hole just there, you could put a little Jubilee clip, plastic clip in there, and tighten it up. You would have thought, wouldn't you? Still, it was designed to be carried and not wheeled. That's the thing. Not wheeled. So maybe the manufacturer should, hopefully he's watching this video, might come up with some sort of an idea for a better clip. In fact, I've got a friend who's got a 3D printer. Maybe, because these just bolt on, and this is like a shiny surface, so they bolt on, and they after a while they just start swiveling, and they become loose. So yeah, some sort of clip. I'll have to take it apart and send him measurements and see what he thinks. Something's got to go around and clip in place, a bit like those cam locks you get on a metal detecting shaft. Something that's going to just hold the joint together, because this would have been perfect, wouldn't it? Right, I've got the little coil for the Lorenz, and I'm going to take this thing apart and use that instead, because I found a few targets that I'm going to try and dig, see what they are. But yeah, it's all about testing. It's all about finding out what works, what don't work. And soon, I was almost getting there. What I'd done, I'll show you over here. Just here, I buried some aluminum discs about 2 foot down. So then every day when I start off with this machine in the field, what I can do is I can dig a hole, I can bury some aluminum discs down there, a couple of feet down, and then go over it with the machine and test it. And after a little while, it was picking up just sweet. But now it's all gone a bit pear-shaped. I'm going to just set it up with the Lorenz mini coil. And I did notice that pulling the coil is a lot easier than pushing it. The problem with pushing it, if it comes up against like a clot of grass, you can't push it over, and then that twists the joints more. So pulling it is a lot easier. Oh, first signal with the Lorenz. Yeah, first signal. See that circle? That means it's good. 50p! I got a 50p. Spendable. Lovely jubbly. On to the next. Now there are some people been commenting lately on my YouTube channel saying that pulse induction machines do not, categorically do not have discrimination. Oh. See that half moon? It says FE there for Ferris. And that the half of the semicircle above there, so we can get it in a better light. It says NO for non-ferrous. And plus that number, I think it's 1 to 25 is like foil and thin coppery, like hammered coins and stuff. And then it's 60 to 100 is bigger bits of coppery metal. So that's definitely iron. So all these people are telling me that categorically pulse induction does not discriminate. Well, I'm afraid it does, mates. Yeah, I'm afraid it does. This has got discrimination. It's probably one of the only metal detectors that has proper discrimination for pulse induction. Now I've got a non-ferrous target here. See the number's quite low. So it could be anything, could be foil, could be a hammered coin, could be something epic. Now I haven't got my pointer with me at the moment because these sort of things pick up pinpointers, so I'm just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Right, it's out. Put that there. Now they do struggle with bits of flat iron. They do. They struggle with little bits of flat iron. Hey. Oh, it's my camera. It's picking my camera up. Ah, there we go. Look, that's why. Look, flat iron. And it struggles with that. See, it's giving it the circle for non-ferrous. I can live with flat iron. Now the GPX used to find that as well, so that's not a problem. I guess it's because it's the right thickness, it's the right shape for something that could be epic. And it's all to do with the eddy currents. Now the CTX, the GPX, it'd have a different tone for different metals. So it did kind of have discrimination, but you had to hear it. And if you didn't use it all the time, you know, like going out every day with it, it became a bit of a struggle. So it's all to do with the eddy currents. And what this machine does is it's figured out the eddy current, so you don't have to hear it anymore. You can visualize it. It's pretty difficult detecting with this monster because look, there's my spade, here's my coil. Is there something in the ground? Let's just double check. Right, move my spade. There might have been something in the ground. So let's try it again. So you can't get anywhere near it. And that's why, Meryl, if you're watching, that's why you should always put your spade somewhere else. Just put it down in a pile. Put it in a basket or something on the beach, and then just walk around it in concentric circles. Concentric? Something like that. Or ever expanding circles, because you can't get near it. I thought the CTX was bad. Right, I've been detecting today with the big coil, and I found this target and I went over it with the smaller coil, this little one, and it couldn't see anything. Now I'm pretty sure there's Anglo-Saxon burials in this here field, but they could be like meters under the ground. The thing is, the Saxons, what they used to do is they used to bury people on bumps. I'm going because it's bloody raining. It's supposed to be dry. So they bury people on bumps, and this field has got like a bit of a bump, and it's near to a spot where I found Saxon before. So it could be an Anglo-Saxon burial down there. You know, shield boss, sword, solid gold buckles and bracelets. You know, maybe there's some nice gold torques. I don't want too much, but yeah, it could be something really deep under the ground. So I'm slowly learning the machine. I'm pretty much getting there, but the joints coming apart is a problem. Right, I'm going to head off. Cheers!